Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to another video. My name is EvilWolfCell. For those that are new, you can call me EWC for short if you prefer. This is Phasmophobia tips and tricks and things that I wish I was told. I know a lot of people do these kind of videos, but the videos I was looking for when I first started were not there, and I want to make sure that those videos, the good informative videos, they're there for you guys. And I was recommended a lot of videos that were by channels that played this game, but they were more like videos that are like, can you guess this ghost? And a lot of people recommended that channel, so it was not very informative for me. And so I'm going to do the complete opposite and be very informative, and I'm going to try and keep this video as short as possible. So let's go ahead and get into this. I do have well over 100 hours in this game. I'm sitting at almost 200 plus hours. So we're going to go ahead and get into the equipment so you don't have to waste your money and more or less waste your time. For dots, I would recommend tier 3, but only use 1 for small rooms, use 2 for large rooms. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to see in that room because they're very bright. Flashlights, they're useless. Most useless thing in the game because the UV takes over at higher difficulties. So flashlights becomes very useless even in the beginning because it's an electronic and ghosts detect electronics. Spirit box, it's going to go to tier 3. That's the one I prefer and recommend because it gives you better range and it works better as it gives you more efficiency and the ghost and more reliable. The ghost is going to talk back to you depending on who you are because it's random on who it chooses to talk to. EMF reader, I say tier 3 because it gives you 3 different sets of levels. Each one can go up to level 5, so you'll have 3 sets of level 5s if possible. So I would very recommend that one. If not, this one's pretty good, but always upgrade past the first tier on anything in here. So moving on, ghostwriting book. The tier 3 is better than the 1 and the 2 because it gives you better range, and if the ghost will write in it, it'll more likely write in the tier 3 versus a tier 1 or 2. You will have to use two tier 1 books in order to get a ghost to write in the book early on because the tier 1s have very short radius. So that being said, the tier 3 is highly recommended. Once you get it, I would upgrade it. Thermometer over the tier 1 over the tier 2 or tier 3, I would highly recommend because it's useless to use these two. Even though these two can get the temperature probably a little faster, you have to sit in that cold room and hold your interact button until you get the correct temperature needed for freezing temps. This one, you can throw it down after you turn the power on to the house and just forget about it and then come back to it later. I prefer tier 2, but the tier 3 does offer a lot of benefits, but anything coming from your right side you're not going to be able to see because this camera is huge. So with that being said, moving on to the extra equipment. You're obviously your tier 2 and tier 3 are the same. You're going to get 3 uses out of both of them. They're going to have the same range. It's just this one's going to give you 1 use versus this, and this has a bigger radius, and then this one has a slightly bigger radius. But this is 20k to upgrade. I have this one, so I'm probably not going to really upgrade to that one. It's just a slightly bigger radius. Headgear, moving on, it is useless because you have to turn this off to hide from the ghost, and this is a flashlight. So if you have flashlights off in your settings or in your harder settings, then this is useless again. This is even more useless because it's night vision, and if you have it on while you're getting chased, you're going to have nothing but a black screen in front of you, and you're not going to be able to see where you're going. More than likely, you're going to die. Incense. I love the tier 3. I don't have it yet. I don't have the money to upgrade to it. I love the tier 2. Tier 1 did me just as good. So you're all set there on preference, whichever one you want to use. I highly recommend if you have the tier 3 to upgrade to the tier 3. So going on to the parabolic microphone, it's pretty much all the same except for the tier 3 one will give you like a ping on a little LCD screen, but otherwise they all do the same thing. One does have a little slightly better range than the tier 2. So Salt. I like tier 2 or tier 3. It's going to be a preference for you guys. Tier 1 just kind of sucks. It only gives you 2 uses. This gives you 3 and that gives you 3. This will slightly give you a better chance of getting UV than this. Just letting you know on that. I'm still working with the sound recorder. I'm not sure like what would be the better one. They do both. These two have both the same range, but this one's a bit more in depth on where the ghost is to get better, sound recordings. It'll have like a light indicators on it. Yeah, or no, not this one. Yeah, it is that one. It'll have light indicators where you can it'll tell you like which way to go and how close you are to the ghost and the sound quality. Sound sensors. I don't really use them. A lot of people that are like Prestige 5 told me they don't use them. So I guess it's just preference. If you have the extra cash to upgrade it, do it. If not, don't worry about it. That's all just as good. Sanity medication. If you do have it on you, if you don't if you're carrying it on your person, do not carry a tier 3 on you, because if you use it inside the house and you're going to think you're getting chased, because it's going to give you a heartbeat sound like the ghost is chasing you. So I'd probably go with tier 2, even though this one does give you a little bit more sanity back, but it does take a little while. This one's a little better, so I think it's just, on that side, again, it's preference like it is down here. You want to upgrade or use the tier 2 over the tier 3. Photo camera. It is an extra item. You don't really have to always get photos. They are like extra bonus cash things to do. So again, level this up whenever you can. You have the extra cash, go ahead and do it. I love the tier 3 camera. The picture quality is so much better. But I also like the tier 2. But anything is better than that tier 1 photo camera. Motion sensor. The only difference between all 3 motion sensors is this one don't have a light, but it has a laser. This one has lights and lasers. This one has 2 lasers and 2 lights. Or no, it's this one has 2 lasers, 2 lights. This one has 1 laser and I believe 1 light. Yeah. So this one's just like a giant crystal ball, and it's an okay range, but it's like more of a circle range rather than a linear. So, but it gets the job done. So again, it's not like you need to upgrade to tier 3. The tier 2 does just as good. Lighters, I would upgrade all the way to tier 3 because it's cheap, it's easy. It's like $750 for the tier 3 lighter, and it can be used in the rain. So unlike the other 2, these are just range. They just give you a better chance of the ghost blowing it out. I've been using this one since I was able to start to upgrade to it. I'm not really sure what level it was, but again, I have almost 200 hours in this game, and I haven't upgraded this since. Alright, so let's put it out of the way. We have the truck already loaded up. Practice makes perfect. I would use always the default beta map, the Tanglewood Drive, number 6. Settings. Here are my settings for you guys. For player, sanity 100, sanity pill restoration 0, because we're not worried about sanity. We're worried about learning the ghosts, learning how to use the equipment, so on and so forth. Sanity drain speed 150. It's not too high, it's not too low, where you can still have enough time to set up and not get hunted right off the bat. But it's not going to be like so high that it's going to take forever to get the ghosts to come after you. Normal player speed, flashlights are on, lose items are on, because it still gives you that added benefit of a challenge. We don't want the game to be too boring, too easy. Ghost speed is slow, so we can learn the ghost. And you have 3 custom settings if you are level 50 or above. So this is a custom setting. Otherwise, you can use intermediate, and then when you're comfortable, move up to the next difficulty level. Roaming frequency, I have high. So back to our custom settings. Sorry, roaming frequency is high. Changing favorite room would be low. Activity level medium. You probably want to change this to high. I'd probably go with high, yeah. And we'll just do that. Event frequency high. That way, you have a chance of seeing the ghost and taking a picture of it if you want to, for extra, money. Turn the friendly ghost off. That way, you get rewards on top of that. This is going to be boring with the friendly ghost. It's pretty much not going to kill you, and it's just going to sit there and probably just do events and throw stuff around. which is pretty lame and boring in my opinion. I usually have a 0 grace period of hunt before the hunt begins, but you can change it to like a 1. You can play with it. You know, it's all about learning the ghost. You only go up to 5, so I mean later on you're gonna have to get used to it. 3 seconds probably is good enough, but I usually go 1 or 1. Yeah, 0 or 1 is where I like to stay. But I've also been playing the game for a while. Hunt duration, you leave it high, but turn off kills extends the hunt. That way, you know, once they kill somebody, it's just over. Give yourself 3 evidence so you can start learning the ghost and what evidence they are per ghost, and making sure that you get 100% fingerprint chance, and leaving. You want to increase this high enough to leave it there so you have enough time, but at the same time you want it low enough to where it's going to give you enough money down here, because you want to be making money too. You don't want to just play and just do nothing, earn nothing. Setup time, give you 2 minutes. Give it random weather. That way it always keeps, you know, the fun in the game. It's random. You're not always playing in heavy rain, which is like the best modifier. But anyways, doors starting to open, put it on medium. If you want it on high, it just leaves like a bunch of doors open. It does give you a better multiplier, as you can see. But the more doors you have open, the harder it is to detect where the ghost is. But it's not really all that hard if you have the right equipment. Like, you don't have to have all the high level equipment. You can have the basic stuff and still figure out where the room is. So you just need the EMF reader, the camera, and the UV if you have it. Whichever UV you have will do it. Because the knocks on the door will give you an EMF reading sometimes, and it could leave a UV handprint, and it will turn off and on a light. So you might want to have the UV on it as well. So I would recommend running in right off the bat with the camera, UV, EMF reader. Never hide in places, leave it high. That way you always have a place to hide when you need to hide. But it's not really all that needed with the ghost being, slow. So, but if you do give a Revenant, it will still be kind of fast. So just bear that in mind. Activity monitor, leave it on so you can monitor your sanity, or you can turn it off. It's not like it's not really all that big of a deal, to be honest. Neither the sanity monitor, you can turn these on or off. If you want more of a multiplier down here, I leave them off. They're not all that super useful. I mean, you'll know if your sanity's low because the ghost will start hunting you more often than anybody else. So, I can't tell you. Leave the fuse box off. You can turn it broken. It does give you a little bit, but not by much. Fuse box visible on map. On the basic map, it's always going to be basement or garage, always. So it's really easy to find it. So for that map, I'd recommend leaving it off. For any other map, you could probably just turn this on. It's not going to hurt you all that much if you don't leave it on. So that being said, I prefer it off with just a little bit extra, because it is on the easiest map in the game. And with that, with the curse position being random and 1 random curse position, it gives you a 1.58 multiplier. We'll hit apply. Now we're ready to go.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe using it will help your investigation.
Sorry, I had to take a drink. Alright. So there are cameras on each map. Some will have 1, some will have more than 1. It'll tell you right here how many it has. You'll be able to switch between them by selecting each one of these right here. Your video cameras, same thing. You'll pick video cameras. It'll tell me how many you put out. And again, you'll be able to click through them right here. I don't have head cameras. I don't recommend head cameras. So, but if you do, that's the same thing. Same situation. Click down the side. You can zoom in. I think it's like 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you can zoom in 3 times, and you can turn your night vision on or off. Then you can press record on certain cameras as well to record evidence, which we'll post up right up here. So again, this is not the name of the ghost. A lot of people got that wrong. This is the name of the case, and the person that gave you the case and who's the house owner. So it would technically be case 492, Kenneth Huntley, and the ghost. He said the ghost responds to people who are alone. So that being said, and as you heard there's a cursed object. So you have a camera, EMF reader, UV. Now you could go with that, but you have to turn on the power so that even starts to take effect. So you can always come back to that. Now I'd recommend grabbing the key before you do anything and opening the door, because this does nothing. The timer does not start. That timer does not start, as you can see up there, still 2 minutes. The door is open. The timer does not start until you open that door. That door right there. So, we are going to go in here. We're going to go straight for the power. On our way to the power, we'll check the kitchen and dining for any ghost orbs. We'll check this for any ghost orbs as well. And garage. As you can see, the power's not in here. So we know now that it's down here. There's no summoning circle, no Ouija board, and no ghost orbs. So we're good. And we had to drop that for some reason because somebody decided to change the settings. I did get cold breath right there. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll set up the camera right here. We have a ghost event. And it turned off the lights. So, now that I did that, I did not see what that was. So now we'll go back. Nothing scary, guys. Nothing to worry about. Try not to run too much because you do need that stamina to get away. So we'll go ahead and grab our ladder because it goes in the pocket section. And we'll grab, since we turned on the power now, we'll grab that. And since the basement is semi-large, we'll use 2 of these. And that's all we can hold for now. That's my sunny light. Didn't tank it, did it? Alright, nope, we're at 93. Alright. But the basement is a bad place. It's really hard to get out, so we gotta be careful. Definitely have to be careful down there. Alright, so from here, we'll grab the extra key, and we'll check, since we got the camera set up now, see if it's a Goro right off the bat. The Goro will only pop up on camera. Okay, so it is stone stuff. We got something. No dots yet. Alright, move this and move this. Okay, so we're getting video. But we're not getting dots. Okay. So now, I'm going to have an instance in my back pocket. Still no dots. We'll get the book and the net. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and bring these two. There we go. Okay, so we did have dots. Just in that. Hello, are you here? You friendly? Where are you?
Sound far from there.
Okay, so we have dots. We have spirit box. I'm gonna place the book probably about right there.
Hold it.
Put that in the cold room. We have an EMF level 3. Okay. Back up this way. There's the bone. We need to take a picture of that. No cursed object there. No cursed object there. Instead, there is a cursed object. No cursed object there either. No tarot cards. Yep, no tarot cards. No music box. Huh. That's crazy. I said there was a cursed object. I didn't see the whatchamacallit down there. Yeah. ghostwriting. That is crazy. Okay. Well, he did try to tank my sanity a little bit, didn't he? Go ahead and take that real quick. We'll grab one of those. What am I holding? Yeah, salt. Incense, okay. We do need to... I can come back for that. Let me get this. Oh, real quick. Oh crap, we do need, dang. Yeah, I do need that incense. Fudge. How that? Glow stick. Glow stick in the light. Should have left the light down there. UV. We have a phantom. That easy, guys. So we need to get pictures of that. And get across. There. And you. Okay. Alright, we got pictures of all that. Turn this on real quick. Get a picture of that. And we're done. I don't know where the ghost object is. I looked in all the rooms. No tarot cards, no monkey hand, no nothing. So rocking chair pictures don't count anymore. That's interesting. You want me to do what? Firelight, sound recorder, and repel. Alright, let's go do that. He's in China, huh? Hello? Let's keep that man from hunting for a little bit. Alright, so this should tell us where the ghost is and all that. What kind of sound we can get. I don't know if this counts either, but we got fire extinguish. Alright, so for the sake of that, so we don't die, because that's sometimes a hard place to get out of, we'll just leave it at that. We got sound, we got video, we got photos. That's pretty much the gist of it, because I really don't want to make the video too long. The longer the video, the less likely people are going to watch it all the way through. And my videos seem to be doing better with a little bit shorter or not so long, of like hour-long videos. So, that being said, this is how we do this. So we got all of our evidence. We have some extra evidence here, as you can see. And I don't think we're going to get the ghost to repel us. So we're not going to get like a perfect game, which means get all these check marks. And then also get the ghost correctly. So, let's see. See if we can get... I only brought one camera in. See if we can get them on dots and record that. Don't know if that will be possible. Probably not. I'll get about another minute or so. See if we get the dots. Let's go ahead and record. Looks like we saved that. Move this and move this. I think we just got them on dots. I think. That didn't count. Dang it. Well, it would have counted. We had a second video camera. Anyway, guys, that is how you do it. And those are my helpful tips and ways to not waste your money and what to upgrade and what not to upgrade. And hopefully, guys, you enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and see if we got this ghost correctly and in the video there. So we go down over here. And he is hunting. That's funny. So it was indeed a phantom. So as you can see, we didn't get that done. We didn't get that done. Those were the 2 extra challenges. We got some media, we got some rewards, we got the bone evidence, and we got the daily contract play. We got 500 bucks. And a decent amount of XP. And that was on just one simple little setting. A 1.58. Basically intermediate. I improve it. So intermediate is pretty much a 1. Whoops, I'm too far back. So I have other settings as well. There's amateur, or whatever. I guess there's intermediate. Yeah, backwards. I don't know what that is. I guess it's having problems when you save stuff. I don't want to click on it and mess stuff up. But yeah. This is Phasmophobia and Learning Ghosts 101. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully the info was helpful. And as always, stay happy and stay true to yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.